And hello everybody, welcome back to British Stand. Brand new Sky News host Freya Leach has been forced to apologise after a guest wore bacon on his shirt for a quote-unquote bit of protection from terrorists and went on a wild anti-Islamic rant. Leach's new programme, Freya Fires Up, is now under review after she invited controversial influencer Ryan Williams on as a guest last night. Williams, who was introduced by Leach as a social media sensation and conservative political strategist, wore bacon over his shoulders during the programme, which was never published to online platforms. Now, we're going to get to the video in a moment, but it was understood that Williams had been invited onto the show to comment on Charlie Kirk's assassination. Williams was asked one question about Kirk and the fallout from his murder, but didn't give a response. Instead, he went on to air and speak about anti-Islamic viewpoints. Williams ranted that the UK faced the threat of Islamic invasion every day and claimed Britain's second biggest city, Birmingham, has a Muslim majority. Now let's get into this video and then we're going to be getting into the response, of course, from Sky News. But first, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. Have a watch.
Well, I mean, the reason I've got bacon on my shoulders is because the terrorists are a charming lot and they threaten to behead me every single day. So a little bit of protection. But I've got to say, I'm from the UK. We have the threat nearly every single day from Islam invasion. Our second biggest city, Birmingham, is already majority Muslim. Our mayor of London is Muslim. And the new Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, is Muslim. And I just have a very clear, simple message to Muslims, which is, stop worshipping a pedo warlord who's the Bonnie Blue of the 7th century, sleeping with 30 Al Zoot men, who married a six-year-old and slept with a 9-year-old. And there's only one culture that pours acid on women's faces. There's only one culture that makes women cover their faces so other men don't rape them.
Been told we do have to apologise for what was just aired, those comments earlier, but we're going to continue now.
Also, leave the goats alone.
Now, a Sky News Australia spokesperson told the Daily Mail a immediate review of Leach's show was instigated. Sky News Australia apologised unreservedly for the deeply offensive comments made by a guest during a live broadcast on Sunday evening. These remarks were wholly inappropriate and unacceptable and have no place on our network. The guest was responsible, should never have appeared. He was specifically asked for his reaction to the Charlie Kirk assassination and its fallout, but instead used our platform to spread his harmful views. We took immediate action during the live broadcast to cut off the guest, and our host promptly apologised to viewers. The content was not republished on any of our platforms. We recognise the harm such rhetoric can cause and take full responsibility for this failure in our editorial process. We have begun an immediate review of the programme, including our guest booking and vetting procedures, to prevent this type of incident from occurring again. Williams' Instagram account is riddled with anti-Islamic posts and he regularly appears draped in bacon. Williams, who lists his job as a cellist and trance producer, asks his social media disciples to donate to his cause of inflicting maximum damage on Islam and keeping Europe Christian at all costs. Now, Leach, who is the host, was handed over a Sunday show little more than a month ago and also hosts Sky's late debate show throughout the week. Interesting. Guys, let me know your thoughts on that down there in the comments.
In other news, news host Camilla Tominey pulled up Shadow Chancellor Mel Stride on his suggestion that Reform UK is Britain's none of the above party. Nigel Farage's party may be riding high in the polls, but Mr. Stride told the media that converting this momentum into votes at the ballot box will be a formidable challenge. He said much of Reform UK's success can be attributed to how they are occupying a vacuum, adding they are a none of the above party, a claim Camilla questioned fervently during a lively discussion on. We have 4 years until the next general election, and Nigel Farage has got to keep spinning the plates and letting off the fireworks and all of the things he does so brilliantly for the next 4 years, he asserted. There is a lot to play for. Camilla said, they're not the none of the above party, are they? Spectators poll of polls. Reform on 31%, Labour on 21%, and Tories on 17%. You can't possibly tell me people are voting for Reform because they are none of the above. They are voting for them because they like Nigel Farage more than Kemi Badenoch, Mr. Stride hit back. I disagree. You have a populist party here willing to promise people everything without a serious plan on how to deliver, particularly on the economy. Where they are doing well is where the Tories were deeply unpopular at the time of the last general election, and that will take time to put things right. We also have a Labour Party that is really messing everything up. In that environment, populism thrives, and that is what we are seeing. Camilla said the problem with Mr. Stride's argument is that populism is quite popular, something that cannot be said for the previous Tory government's sky-high taxes and corporation tax going up by 6%. Mr. Stride insisted that were he Chancellor, he would be focused on ensuring all taxes create growth. He committed to taking a look at the size of the state to make sure we get on top of it, pointing to the ever-expanding civil service. New polling this week further solidified Reform UK's position as the party in ascendancy with a stratospheric 34% total. Labour, meanwhile, plummeted to a historic low of just 16%, matching the Conservative Party's share. This represents a 3-point decline for Labour since September 10th, marking their worst ever polling performance. The Liberal Democrats registered 13%, gaining 1 point, whilst the Green Party held steady at 12%. Reform's success has not been limited to polls, as it secured its inaugural Cardiff Council position in Thursday's Trowbridge ward by-election. It captured 1,142 votes, representing 39.6% of ballots cast, meaning Edward Topham gained the seat. The Liberal Democrats placed second with 681 votes, 23.6%, whilst Labour's candidate managed just 615 votes, 21.3%, finishing third. Plaid Cymru garnered 223 votes, 7.7%, followed by the Conservatives with 90 votes, 3.1%, Greens with 77, 2.3%, and Propel with 63, 2.2%. Turnout reached 24.7%. Mr. Farage has already heralded the end of two-party politics, making the declaration after his party's local election achievements in May. His party gained over 600 seats and won control of 10 authorities. Reform UK's rise has left even seasoned political figures struggling to frame the party's surge in the polls. While Mel Stride insists it is little more than a protest vehicle, Camilla Tominey and the latest data suggest something deeper is at play, namely a growing appetite for Nigel Farage's brand of politics over both Labour and the Conservatives. With Reform now translating polling strength into electoral wins, including their breakthrough in Cardiff, the momentum looks increasingly difficult to dismiss. Whether Stride is right to dismiss the movement as unsustainable, or whether Farage's claims of an end to two-party politics prove prophetic, one thing is certain. Reform UK has turned from a sideshow into a force neither major party can afford to ignore. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.